Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to yet another edition of Places in News. Let's start with today's discussion from our very first location. So recently, Scotland was seen in news as a campaign was launched by the country's first minister, Miss Nicola Sturgeon, that was for a second Scottish independence referendum. Now it was launched with an objective to break away from the rest of the United Kingdom. So we will see a little bit of mapping and history related to this particular issue. So the minister is proposing to hold the referendum on the 19th of October 2023. Now if you look into the map, you can see the location of Scotland over here. So this complete island, this is known as the British Island, and here we have the Irish Islands. Now the British Island is also known as Great Britain. Therefore Great Britain includes Scotland, we have England, and we have Wales. Now when we talk about the United Kingdoms, it includes Great Britain plus the Northern Ireland. And this one here is known as the Republic of Ireland. This is a separate political entity and this is part of the European Union. So here we have the United Kingdoms and this is the Republic of Ireland. Further in the map, you can see here we have the Atlantic Ocean. This is the North Sea. And here we have the English Channel. In between, you see this is the Irish Sea. This is known as the Strait of Dover. So this one is the Bristol Channel. And this particular region is known as the St. George's Channel. So Scotland entered into a political union with the Kingdom of England in the year 1707. That is to create new Kingdom of Great Britain. Now in the year 2014, in the month of September, first referendum on Scottish independence took place. The majority of the people voted against the proposition. That means with 55% people voting and saying no to independence. So the issue was people wanted to remain part of the European Union. But still Brexit happened in the year 2020 and therefore the people of Scotland keeps on pushing towards leaving the United Kingdoms and be a part of the European Union again. Now here you see we have Northern Ireland and we have the Republic of Ireland. So I'll leave you with first question of the day. There was an agreement signed that separated this region, that is the Northern Ireland, with the Republic of Ireland, or which created an Irish Free State, that is this Republic of Ireland. You have to name the agreement. You can write your answers in the comment section below. Now if we talk about the political features of this region, Scotland is represented in the United Kingdom's Parliament by 59 MPs and it also constitutes a distinct jurisdiction in both public and private law from those of England and Wales and the Northern Ireland. Now in the current scenario, things like foreign policy and defence are taken care of by England, Westminster, and things like healthcare comes under the Scotland's jurisdiction. Now Scotland individually contains more than 790 islands. If we talk about the longest river of Scotland, it is River Tay, and it has more than 30,000 freshwater lakes. So this was a little bit about Scotland and the United Kingdom. Now let's move on to our next location and that is the Snake Island. So recently the Russian troops withdrew from this particular region. Now this Snake Island is one related to the Ukrainian-Russia conflict, and here we are not talking about the Snake Island that is in Brazil. So the Ukrainian authorities raised the national flag at the Snake Island. Now this particular region was the very first location on which the Russian forces sent its warship when the Ukrainian-Russia conflict started on the 24th of February this year. So let's look into the map. Where is the Snake Island located? Now as you can see in the map, the Snake Island is located at a very strategic location. Here we have the Black Sea, this is Ukraine, here we have Moldova and this is Romania. And this particular is the Crimean Peninsula that was annexed by Russia in the year 2014. Now the Snake Island is an X-shaped island and it is around 0.17 kilometers square. So you can say it is a very small island. It is also known as Serpent Island or Zemini Island. Further on, it belongs to Ukraine and is located in the Black Sea, as we have already discussed. The Danube River, that is the famous river in the Europe that drains into the Black Sea. So this island is located near the Danube Delta. So this island has also a historical significance. It has been known since the classical antiquity, and in the ancient times it hosted a Greek temple to Achilles. So Achilles was a Greek hero of the Trojan War, and we have another term here, classical antiquity. That means it is a period of cultural history that is between 8th century BC and the 6th century AD. So this place has historical significance in the Greek mythology. Further on, this island was a part of border dispute between Romania and Ukraine. So before the disintegration of USSR, This was a part of Romania, that means it came under the direct control of USSR. But after the Soviet disintegration, the region was disputed between Ukraine and Romania. And this was basically because of the presence of hydrocarbons in the region that is near to the Snake Island in the Black Sea. So in the year 2009, there was an ICJ ruling, that is International Court of Justice ruling, under which a maritime border was demarcated, that was on the Danube River. Now if we talk about the geographical features of Snake Island, it is formed of an igneous rock, it is rocky in nature and therefore it lacks a fresh water source. The nearest coastal location to this island is Kubansky, that is also an island on the Ukrainian part of the Danube Delta. And a village named as Bile was set up in the year 2007. That was the only settlement on this island with about 100 inhabitants. Now the Snake Island is strategically important because it gives an easy access in the Black Sea region. Further on, it is near the Danube Delta. We have the Danube Delta over here. It is also near the port city of Odessa, that is an important port in Ukraine that was recently captured by the Russian troops. Now one more important thing is that the island was one of the last hauling out sites in the basin for critically endangered Mediterranean mock seals until the 1950s. Now what does the hauling out means? It means when animals like seals and sea lions come out of the water to regulate their body temperature and give birth and nurse their pups. So this was a little bit about the Snake Island. Now let's move on to our next location, and that is Colombia. So recently Colombia was in news. It is one of the most politically conservative countries in Latin America, in South America, but it elected its first leftist president, Gustavo Petro. So when we talk about the left-wing ideology, it is characterized by ideas such as reform, change, freedom, rights of the people, equality, etc. Whereas the right wing is characterized by tradition, hierarchy, authority and notions such as nationalism, order, duty, etc. Let's look into the map. Where is Colombia located? So as you can see, it is a South American country. The capital city is Bogota. To the north, we have Caribbean Sea. To the east, we have Venezuela. Southeast, we have Brazil. To the south, we have Ecuador and Peru. And here in the west, you have the Pacific Ocean. To the right, you have the Atlantic Ocean. And it is also connected via Panama, that is the Isthmus of Panama. Now, Colombia got its independence from Spanish colonizers in the year 1819. And the official language here is Spanish. Important fact about Colombia is that it has the second highest level of biodiversity in the world. The Colombian territory also encompasses Amazon rainforest, highlands, grasslands, and even deserts. And further on, Colombia is the only country in South America, coastlines and islands along both the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. The Andes mountain ranges also pass through Colombia. So the Andes mountain ranges are amongst the world's longest mountain ranges along the western side of South America. The terrains in Colombia includes glaciers, volcanoes, grasslands, deserts, lakes, and even forest. So you can say it consists of huge biodiversity as well. The two important rivers are Orinoco River and the Amazon rivers that mark the limits with Colombia to Venezuela and Peru. So Venezuela and Peru are towards the south of Colombia, as we have seen. Now Colombia is also a part of Ring of Fire. It is situated along the Circum-Pacific Belt. So Ring of Fire is the region around much of the Pacific Ocean where many volcanic eruptions and earthquakes occur. You can say it is a short horseshoe-shaped belt, 40,000 kilometers long and around 500 kilometers wide. So this was a little bit about Colombia, and with this we call it a wrap of today's edition of Places in News. I hope you liked the video. I will see you with some other topic tomorrow. Till then, take care and do stay tuned. Now let's move on to our next location, and that is the Republic of Seychelles. Republic of Seychelles celebrated its Independence Day on the 29th of June. Further on, an Indian Navy contingent also joined their Republic Day celebrations. So let's look into the map. Where is Seychelles located? Now, as you can see in the map, we have a small island of Seychelles that is located in the Indian Ocean, that is near to the island of Madagascar, and it is located on the eastern edge of the Somalia Sea. Here we have the Somalia Sea. So Seychelles is actually an archipelago, that means a group of islands, and it consists of around 162 islands. Further on, it is located about 1600 kilometers east of Kenya. Here we have Kenya. It is located around 1600 kilometers east of Kenya. To the south of it, we have islands like Madagascar, Comoros, we have islands like Mauritius. We also have the French overseas region of Mayotte and Reunion to the south. Now, the Europeans landed in this region in the 16th century, but before that, Seychelles was completely uninhabited. Further on, in the year 1976, Seychelles was granted independence from the United Kingdom and it became republic. So today it is known as the Republic of Seychelles. Now, if we talk about the geographical features of Seychelles, so Seychelles is an archipelago that constitutes about 162 islands, 42 of which are granitic islands that are known as the granitic Seychelles, and many of these islands are the coral islands, majority of which are uninhabited with many dedicated as nature reserves. Also, the largest island is named as Mahe, and it is among the world's leading countries to protect the lands for threatened species, allocating 42% of its territory for conservation. So this was a little bit about the Republic of Seychelles.